we've no choice. You know, when we came back from doing a short run of gigs 2 years ago, Pancho said, isn't it great to know what you're going to do for the rest of your life? And then he coined a phrase, give them no choice. And we've adopted that policy big time. But we realise we're not only giving nobody a choice because we're going to put all of our heart into it, but we realise we don't have a choice either. Like, there's something driving us, like, so we don't have a choice. We just have to do it, like, and it's class. It's really fun. I kind of knew Pancho for a couple of years just as an acquaintance, but we weren't really friends, you know. I was in the Piper, which is a venue in Clonmel, and I saw him and Tom playing in a band, and I was like, those two guys, like, you know, I'd never met Tom before, and then I saw him drumming, and I was just like, holy shit, because the hardest part about the whole thing is finding a drummer. So all of a sudden there was just this drummer I knew nothing about, living really close to me. So I went out for a jam and we were all real awkward and real, you know what I mean? We didn't really know each other. But after the first jam it was just magic, you know? I think we wrote a lot of the first song we ever wrote, Leading the Fools, that day. There's never been a lull or anything like that, you know?
I suppose living in the country, in like the most plainest sense, there's not enough people to interact with in terms of the industry, and you know, that's a very loose term. You know, pub promoters, people that you can use to bounce your music off other people or whatever it is, start a band, that kind of stuff. But then of course you get your own sense of isolation and you can work on a thing, whatever it is, for as long as you see fit. We actually released before we played a gig. The first actual gig or performance for other people was actually recording. You know, that was like the first time the band had played, and that was kind of cool. And it was a thing of scrutiny rather than just playing the punters, and nothing wrong with that. But it was just an interesting way to start it out, I thought.
The serenity that you're surrounded by can help to still your mind so you can actually get stuff done. But the other side of it as well is that when you're living in an area like this, you're not as accepted for having long hair or wearing a black t-shirt when you're 15 or 16 or playing heavy metal. So the years of being called a freak or whatever it may have been, everybody knows what it's like to grow up like as a heavy metal fan, you know. So I think that fuels us now as well, because we put that kind of energy, that kind of positive anger into what we're doing, you know. It's visceral, you know. Even when we're playing gigs, it really blows the heads off us. So I think it comes from a mixture of having the serenity to be able to calm your head and get it done, and also to have a real well of anger to draw from all of your experiences growing up as an adolescent in a rural place, wearing a Marilyn Manson t-shirt and New Rock boots and a trench coat, you know. Like. People in general know it's not the mundanity of life is not all that's there, you know. It's just we can't verbalise anything else, so that's why we play music.
But for me, it's an absolute mental health thing that I have to do it. In those little 30-40 minutes, my brain just turns off, and it's great, and I can stop thinking, you know. Every other moment of the day it's just clinical or logical or whatever it is, or not feeling great about something, and I have to get it out. So it's a mental health thing for me, it really is, and it's just a cleansing thing. It's like walking through fire.
For the 30 minutes or 40 minutes when you're playing a gig, it's just, you're free. That's the one time you're free from everything. And then all the other time, you're just trying to get back to being free for 30 minutes. If we get to play this music to just everybody, I don't care if I don't make any money, I don't care if I don't sell any t-shirts, I don't care if I'm broke for the rest of my life, just that it came from your heart and it touched someone else's heart. That's success. A few pounds would be nice as well.